Today, I would like to talk about a topic that, in China, how luxury brand hotels and four-star hotels implement their corporate governance, and how to make corporate governance successful. First, we need to understand that the hotel industry in China is currently facing the following challenges in corporate governance. Firstly, the Chinese hotel industry is highly competitive, with a multitude of domestic and international brands. China hotels need to innovate constantly and optimize management to stand out with unique service concepts and superior customer experiences. Secondly, the Chinese market has a complex legal system, and hotels must comply with numerous regulations, including but not limited to the FCPA, local tax laws, labor laws, environmental protection, and food safety regulations to ensure lawful operations. Thirdly, Chinese consumers have extremely high expectations for service quality and experiences. Luxury hotels and four-star hotels must continuously improve their service levels to meet or even exceed customer needs in order to maintain a competitive edge. Furthermore, external risks, including natural disasters, public health events, and economic crisis, which can have significant impacts on a normal operations of hotels. In the fact of so many challenges, effective corporate governance can bring numerous benefits to a company. In the Chinese market, stringent laws and regulations require companies to have robust corporate governance system to ensure that business activities are legal and compliant, avoiding legal risks. Effective corporate governance can boost a company's competitiveness by optimizing operational procedures and increasing financial transparency, thereby attracting investors and winning customer trust. Corporate governance is the foundation for a company's long-term and stable development. By establishing a healthy internal environment, it promotes sustainable growth and achieves a win-win situation between social responsibility and economic benefits. An effective corporate governance requires companies to establish a robust internal control system, including the accuracy of financial reporting, operational efficiency, and compliance. Also, we should conduct regular internal control assessments of the effectiveness of internal controls to ensure that business processes comply with regulations. Hyatt has established comprehensive policy guidelines to standardize various operational procedures in daily work. This slide shows a small part of the policies and procedures related to finance and the materials department. So how do we know if this PMP are being effectively implemented? At Hyatt, we have our internal MOR audit specifically designed to inspect the implementation of various policies. Hyatt's MOR program was designed to provide a method to monitor and test controls that Hyatt management considers essential to ensuring a high level of operating and financial control, consistency, and quality. Work papers were developed specifically for the International Finance Hotel Audit Program to test each control objectively. The audit results are documented on a risk-based report. Through various audits and inspections, the implementation of these management guidelines is monitored. Issues identified through those audits will be followed up by the respective department heads. For instance, after each MOR engagement, the audit issues and the hotel action plans are uploaded and tracked in a shared website. The hotel's Director of Finance is responsible for documenting remediation efforts and closing each issue. Here is another example of audit program. Mystery Guest Survey, which is a commonly used quality monitoring and service evaluation tool in the hotel industry. This method involves hiring professional third-party individuals or companies to act as ordinary customers to conduct anonymous evaluations of the hotel services, facilities, cleanliness, and other aspects. This approach helps hotel managers objectively understand the true states of service from a customer's perspective, thereby identifying areas for improvement and proposing corrective measures. We all know that corporate governance includes a crucial aspect, which is compliance with the FCPA. Ensuring all business activities comply with the FCPA, avoiding offering any form of bribery or improper benefits to government officials. Moreover, for travel and entertainment expenses for foreign officials, ensuring these costs are for legitimate business purpose and are reasonable. Here is an attachment of a sunshine agreement that a local hotel owner requires every partner to sign. Most Chinese companies have similar agreements, which clearly define the company's stance on bribery and improper benefits. If any violations occurred, partners can directly find the channels for reporting and lodging complaints within the agreement. Companies should regularly analyze potential risks, including market fluctuations, supply chain disruptions, and cybersecurity threats to ensure timely response. For potential risks such as data loss or fire, companies should develop a comprehensive emergency response plan. In Haier, we believe that every day, the people who work in our organization and at our properties should leave work as healthy and as safe as when they arrived. We believe a safe and secure workplace is a fundamental right. Haier's strategy has always been to provide a safe, healthy, and secure workplace for all colleagues through an effective safety process designed to improve employee safety, reduce workplace risks, and instill a mindset of continuous improvement to always be better. This slide shows Haier's partial policies and training materials for crisis management. Each hotel is responsible for familiarizing all colleagues with the standards and relevant policies of crisis management to ensure that crisis management is effectively implemented across all projects. Here are some common reportable incidents that might occur in a hotel. When responding to an incident, all colleagues can report workplace incidents to hotel risk management team or by calling a special line or contact special situation management team for notifications. To prevent emergency incidents and enhance the awareness and practical capabilities of all hotel staff in responding to emergencies, the emergencies response teams, aka ERT, should be established in each hotel. The ERT operates under the leadership of the general manager and the crisis management team. It's the first line of defense for the hotel in handling emergencies. All team members must have received training in emergency response procedures. In the event of an emergency at the hotel, the ERT must respond swiftly, coordinate with various functional departments, organize all employees, and take strong measures to minimize damage and ensure the safety of guests and the hotel property. The crisis situations might include fire, emergency evacuation, bomb threats against hotel facilities, serious injuries, elevator malfunctions, storms and typhoons, etc. Here is an example of the workflow of the ERT team during a fire emergency. When an emergency occurs in the hotel, the guest service center needs to notify GM and the LC team within 3 minutes. The system will also automatically send SMS notifications to ERT team members. The GM and some ERT members need to arrive at the CCTV room within 5 minutes to oversee command operations. Director of operations will primarily be involved in guest evacuation, while HR will be responsible for employee evacuation and headcount. As information technology plays an increasingly significant role in people's lives and work, cybersecurity and control measures have become a crucial component of corporate governance. Establishing effective information flow, utilizing modern technology to process workflows, developing internal communication platforms, and set up information feedback mechanisms are all necessary measures for cybersecurity management. At Hyatt, we also have numerous management measures in those categories. For example, Hyatt users must be familiar with Hyatt data classifications in the Hyatt cybersecurity policy. Only use Hyatt-approved user technologies and systems for transmitting or processing confidential data. Securely store all confidential data in hard copy or electronic form. Not install or utilize any cryptographic software that has not been validated and approved by the Hyatt Cybersecurity Department. Configure data access control list based on a user's needs to know. Apply data access permissions to local and remote file systems, databases, and applications. This slide is an interesting case of a phishing email that I received from my general manager on October 5th. In the email, he asked me to review a document titled Status Report via link and to share my thoughts on it. Since we do have such a monthly report, I did not think much of it and clicked on the link directly. Of course, there was nothing in the link. It was just a test sent by the Hyatt Cybersecurity Center to test for my cybersecurity awareness. Clearly, I did not pass this test, so now I need to retake the relevant cybersecurity courses and pass the exam. From the above example, we can also see that providing effective training to employees and fostering a special culture within the company are among the foundational factors for the successful implementation of corporate governance. There are a few methods that we can use, like regularly training employees in compliance and ethics, including understanding and adhering to local laws such as tax law, labor law, and industry-specific regulations, and updating internal policies and procedures promptly as regulations change. Furthermore, cultivate a culture of transparency and accountability, encouraging employees to proactively report any suspicious behavior, and promoting internal supervision and auditing. For any violations, there are clear consequences and disciplinary measures. Here's an example of mandatory learning courses that every employee in Hyatt need to complete on a yearly basis. As you can see, the 5 mandatory courses are relevant to cybersecurity and privacy, workplace harassment, code of business conduct, human trafficking, and special situation management. These courses cover the most fundamental risk control points in the hotel's operations and form the cornerstone of corporate governance. Sustainability and ESG are the aspects that modern enterprises and organizations increasingly prioritize in their operations and development. These concepts are not only help companies achieve long-term economic benefits, but also promote overall social well-being and environmental protection. Energy-saving audit projects identify energy waste points in corporate operations through professional evaluations and propose effective energy-saving and emission reduction measures to reduce operation costs and improve energy efficiency. Green initiatives encompass a broad range, from green building design and the application of renewable energy to eco-agriculture and forest conservation. Besides direct environmental benefits, green projects can also create new job opportunities, boost local economic development, and strengthen community cohesion. Corporate social responsibility refers to the proactive assumptions by companies of responsibilities towards employees, consumers, communities, and the environment while pursuing economic gains. Good CSR performance can enhance our company's brand image and social credibility, fostering positive relationships with all stakeholders. In summary, sustainability and ESG have become important indicators for measuring the quality and the competitiveness of business development. Companies should integrate these concepts into daily management and decision-making process, continuously explore and implement innovation solutions to work together to promote the sustainable development of the economy and the society. At Hyatt, we are committed to advancing environmental actions so that destinations around the world are vibrant for our guests, colleagues, and communities. Here's an example of the wooden keycard project that we have launched in many Hyatt properties. The project aims to achieve cost saving of approximately 25% of the keycard expenses, from 3.4 yuan per plastic cards to 2.5 yuan per wooden card, and currently reduce annual plastic usage by 1.8 tons in total. To sum up the corporate governance values, we believe that corporate governance ensures transparency and fairness, enhancing the trust of investors, customers, and employees, which serves as the cornerstone for the stable and long-term development of the enterprise. A good governance structure optimizes the decision-making process, reduces internal friction, improves overall operational efficiency, and promotes the healthy and rapid development of the enterprise. Robust corporate governance enables effective identifications and management of risks, enhances the resilience of enterprises in the face of market fluctuations and uncertainties, ensuring sustainable development. The above covers all my content on corporate governance in hospitality industry. I hope it has been helpful to you. Thank you.